Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done a sword review, and I figured today I would do another one. And I thought about changing the name of this to, instead of Billy's Sword Reviews in Pajamas, I got into a bit of a conversation with somebody on YouTube, very brief conversation, and his reply was, yeah, says the basement dwelling sword nerd douche. Really didn't have a comeback to that. He's basically right. So, the reviews are now called Billy's Basement Dwelling Sword Nerd Douche Reviews. Alright. Anyway, today, all kidding aside, I'm going to talk about the Dejoinville Sword. And again, to reiterate, the reason why I do these is because a lot of times I find products and there's no videos, hardly any pictures or any reviews for them online. And I found that to be the case with the Dejoinville Sword. But I'll give you some specs. It's from Windlass Steelcrafts. The overall length is 36 inches from, pommel to tip. The blade length is 27.5 inches, so it's a bit short for an arming sword, but it feels really good in the hand. I got the stuff written down this time. The weight is about 2 pounds, 12 ounces, and it's almost all in the hilt. A heavy hilt construction on this guy. And the center of balance is about 1.5 inches from the hilt. But I'll go ahead and take her out for you. So, part of the reason why I got this guy was, again, for the mirror polish and the diamond cross section. I really happen to like the diamond cross section. I don't mind fullers, but I just kind of like the look and the aesthetics of a hollow ground diamond cross section on the blade. I did get it sharpened. The sharpening service came actually really good, so it cuts paper right out of the box. And I'll do some close-ups for you guys. Again, this phone sucks, but it's got a pretty wide, broad base at the bottom there. It's almost 2 inches, and then it tapers pretty closely up to the point. I do believe it's a Type 18 oak shot blade, but it's really nice. It does have the diamond cross section with a slight hollow ground. I don't know if you can kind of see it this way too. There's a slight rib in the center for stiffness, which is nice. It's 1065 carbon steel. The only thing that it is very hilt heavy. It's very big in the hilt. The pommel is extremely big. It is peened though, so they did a really good job with it too. It's kind of hard to see. It's almost like a leaf shape. I'm not sure what type it is according to Oak Shot, but it's very large and it does bring it really well into balance, the blade and everything. Not sure what kind of wood the handle is, but it is dyed and sanded really nicely. They did a really good job. Everything is super tight. These little spacers here are stainless steel. It comes with this weird artificial antiquing, which is really hard to pick up. But it looks like, if you can see it, and you can't probably see it, but there's these weird, almost looks like water stain spots. And it looks like it's been messed up, but I did some research and that's what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be antiqued. You can see some bluing down here too. It looks like they started at the bottom and then they just got bored with it at top and stopped, which is fine. I don't mind. The crossguard quillions are upswept, which is nice. There's a little ball at the end, which is kind of neat and pretty. Again, the only other thing I'm not too happy with, but otherwise it's a wonderful sword, is the blade gap. It is very wide right here. It is extremely wide. There's a lot of space in between the blade and the space there. So, chance that if you're cutting water bottles, water could slide down into there. But hopefully when you're swinging it, that will get rid of most of the moisture. It cuts beautifully. It's very light. Very quick. It's hard not to make noises when you're swinging this around. And the pommel is big enough to where you can actually use it as a 1.5 hand sword to give it a little extra oomph. But yeah, it's really nice. I say that about all my swords, but this is probably the last sword I'm going to buy for a while. I got to put the pause on that, start saving up money again. So this might be, I have a few other swords to review, but after that it might be kind of quiet for a while. And these aren't supposed to be like really awesome reviews. These are mostly for people like me that if you're looking for something and can't find it online, like a video, hopefully this will be the video. It'll help you make the decision to make a purchase or not. But I did have a neat thing on the scabbard I wanted to show you. It's your basic windlass scabbard, steel chape, kind of leather core with two little wood and leather tongues that are in there to kind of keep the blade in tight. It slides out though, but it's windlass. But I did like the fact that it came with this little dip here in the throat. It kind of fits in really nice with the shape of the hilt when you put it in. So yeah, it just looks really nice. The brown and black, people say brown never goes with black. I don't care about fashion or whatever, but I think it looks neat. It gives it a good contrast. I decided this is going to be a sword that I keep for looks purely. I don't want to damage this beautiful shiny blade. Just polish the crap out of it and just look at it, take it down and admire it. But this guy's going to be a looker and not a cutter. So I intend to keep this for a long time. Same with my Blower Arms arming sword. Real quick, not this sword related, but I did take the long sword down to my mom's old house's garage where it was empty, and I tried to swing it around. That thing needs to be sharpened bad. It did a lot of bashing more than it did slicing. But my new cutting stand works great. From a friend at work made it. It works great. It's portable, which I love. It fits in my trunk of my car. And oh, Drooby Doo. Shout out to Drooby Doo, my buddy at work. He wanted me to explain center of percussion, which is like the sweet spot on a sword blade where you kind of want to make your cuts at. And to find out the center of percussion, what you want to do is you want to kind of, vibrate the pommel a little bit, or tap on the pommel and see where it vibrates the least. So that's going to be right in this area right here. It's hard to see the vibration, but it's going to be right here. So if you notice, if I tap up top, it vibrates, and if I tap at the base, it vibrates. But if I tap at the center of percussion, the blade basically stays still. That's the sweet spot that you want to hit things with. So that is center of percussion. It's a little tidbit of information for Drew. So he's my #1 fan, evidently. He's a good guy. All right, well, not much else to say about this guy other than he's neat. And if you're thinking about getting the Dejoinville Sword from Windlass Steelcrafts, hopefully this will help you make that decision. Oh, neat information. It is based off of an older model called the Sword of Auray, or Auray. I don't know how you pronounce it. I think it's either French or Italian, I'm not sure. But it looks a lot like this, a historical sword. And it was a different version. So if you look up Dejoinville Sword or Joinville Sword in Google and type in Sword of Auray, which I think is spelled A-U-R-A-Y, you'll see comparisons between this and the original version and the actual historical sword. But anyway, yep, that is the Dejoinville Sword from Windlass Steelcrafts, and that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy your day.